Look at these two pages. They say the exact same thing, but one is hard to read, and one feels effortless. That difference? It's not the writing, it's typography. Every successful book, blog, or digital product has one thing in common. It's easy to read. Not just well written, but visually effortless. So what is typography exactly? It's not just picking a font. Typography is how your text looks and feels on the page. The font choice, the size, the spacing between lines, the margins, even how the paragraphs are aligned. And here's why it matters so much for self-publishers specifically. Readers make a quality judgment in seconds. Before they read a single word of your story, their brain is already deciding, does this feel professional or does this feel cheap? Think about it like this. You walk into two restaurants. One has a beautiful, clean menu with elegant text. The other has a menu printed in Comic Sans with weird spacing. You're trusting the first restaurant more, right? Same food, totally different perception. That's typography at work. And if you're selling on Amazon or through KDP, this is even more important. The look inside preview is your first impression. If the typography is off, people bounce. Let me walk you through the 3 biggest typography mistakes I see in self-published books. And I'll be honest, I've made some of these myself when I was starting out. Mistake number 1, using the wrong type of font. The number 1 mistake is using a sans serif font for your body text in a printed book. Fonts come in 2 big families: serif fonts like Times New Roman or Garamond, which have those little feet on the letters, and sans serif fonts like Arial or Helvetica, which are clean and smooth. Here's the rule of thumb. For printed books, use a serif font for body text. Those little serifs actually guide your eye along the line, making long passages easier to read. Sans serif fonts work great for screens, headings, and children's books, but for a nonfiction or novel interior, serif is the way to go. Mistake number 2, bad line spacing, leading. The second mistake is cramming your text together or spreading it too far apart. This is called leading. That's the space between each line of text. If your leading is too tight, the text feels suffocating and hard to read. Too loose and it feels disconnected, like the page is floating apart. A good starting point, set your leading to about 120 to 145% of your font size. So if your body text is 11 points, your line spacing should be somewhere between 13 and 16 points. That gives your text room to breathe without falling apart. Mistake number 3, ignoring margins and gutter. Mistake number 3, and this one is sneaky, is not leaving enough space in your margins, especially the gutter. The gutter is the inside margin, the part of the page closest to the spine. If your text runs too close to the spine, readers literally can't see the words without cracking the book open. It looks bad and it's frustrating. For a standard 6x9 book, I'd recommend at least a 0.75-inch gutter, and your outside margins should be around 0.5 to 0.75 inches. KDP actually has specific margin requirements depending on your page count. I'll link those in the description. Now, those 3 mistakes alone, if you fix just those, your book is going to look 10 times more professional. But we're just getting started. Let me show you the typography details that really separate amateur from pro, and then I'll show you how AI can actually do a lot of this work for you. Tip number 1, font pairing. Professionals don't just pick one font, they pair fonts intentionally. A common approach, use a serif font for your body text and a complementary sans serif font for your chapter headings. The contrast creates visual hierarchy. It tells the reader's eye where to look first. A classic combo, Garamond for body text and Montserrat or Railway for chapter titles. You don't need to get fancy, just make sure they contrast enough to feel intentional but still feel like they belong together. Tip number 2, consistent hierarchy. Every page of your book should have a clear hierarchy. Your chapter title is the biggest and boldest, your subheadings are smaller but still distinct, your body text is the smallest, and you use this consistently throughout. If Chapter 1's title is 24-point Montserrat bold, then Chapter 12's title should be 24-point Montserrat bold. Consistency is what makes a book feel professional. Tip number 3, paragraph formatting. Indent, don't space. Here's one that surprises a lot of new authors. In a professionally typeset book, you indent the first line of each new paragraph. You don't add extra space between paragraphs. That space between paragraphs style is fine for blog posts and websites, but in a printed book, it wastes space and looks amateurish. Use a first line indent of about 0.3 to 0.5 inches, and don't add space between paragraphs. Tip number 4, widows and orphans. Quick one, watch out for widows and orphans. A widow is a single line of a paragraph left alone at the top of a new page. An orphan is a single line stranded at the bottom. Both look sloppy. Most word processors and layout tools have settings to prevent these. Turn them on. Okay, now here's the part I'm really excited about, because this is where AI saves you hours and takes the guesswork out of typography, even if you've never done this before. AI use number 1, ChatGPT as your typography consultant. You can literally ask ChatGPT, I'm designing the interior of a 200-page children's book, 8.5 by 11 inches. What fonts, sizes, line spacing, and margins should I use? And it will give you a complete typographic spec. Font recommendations, exact sizes, leading, margin dimensions, all tailored to your specific book. I've done this, and it's honestly like having a book designer on call. You can go back and forth with it. What about a more whimsical look? What if my audience is ages 3 to 5 versus 8 to 12? It adjusts its recommendations. AI use number 2, AI-powered layout tools. Tools like Canva AI and Adobe Express are now smart enough to suggest font pairings and layouts automatically. In Canva, when you start a book interior template, it'll suggest font combinations that work together. You can also use the Magic Design feature. Describe what you want, and it generates layout options. And here's a trick I use. I take the typography specs from ChatGPT and plug them into Canva or Adobe Express manually. So ChatGPT is my consultant, and the design tool is my builder. AI helping AI, that's the workflow. AI use number 3, proofreading your typography. One more thing, you can use AI to check your typography. Export a page of your book as a PDF, upload it to ChatGPT, and ask, does this page look professionally typeset? What would you change? And I've gotten feedback on line spacing, font choices, and margin issues that I completely missed. It's like having a second pair of eyes, and it's free. If you're finding this helpful, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. I'm building this channel step by step, just like we're building these books, and every subscriber helps. I've got another video coming up on color theory for book design, so if you want to catch that, subscribing is the best way to make sure you don't miss it. So, let's recap what we covered. The 3 big mistakes that make books look amateur: wrong font type, bad line spacing, and ignored margins. The pro tips: font pairing, consistent hierarchy, proper paragraph indents, and watching for widows and orphans. And the AI workflow: use ChatGPT as your consultant, use design tools like Canva or Adobe Express as your builder, and use AI to proofread your layout. You don't need to be a professional designer, you just need to know what to look for, and now you do. In the next video, we're going to tackle color, how to choose the right colors for your book covers and interiors, and how AI can help with that too. I'll see you there.